Hello Flosstube and welcome once again to my channel. This is the Wendy in Neverland channel. I'm Wendy. Kind of said it all, I think. I believe it might be March 9th. I'm not 100% sure on that anymore because the days just kind of run together and I lose track. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. We're starting to get closer to springtime here. I live in Oregon, so we have, we're not still bogged down with snow or super cold temperatures, but it's kind of starting to get there. It's starting. My daffodils are blooming. They're great. I just yesterday was able to get out and start prepping my garden, my vegetable garden. So I put some compost in it, stirred up the soil, and so I'm going to be planting pretty soon. We're able to plant a little bit earlier here than in some parts of the nation. So hopefully I will get some planted either by the end of this month or very latest the beginning of April, but I want to get out there sooner rather than later. Anyway, I think that is really all non-stitching related that's been going around here. About the only other thing I can think of is it was in 2021, I started working for a gentleman from our church. He does stump grinding, and they had gotten so busy that I started helping out in the office along with his other worker that is in there. And I did that for about a year, and then things really kind of slowed down. The economy kind of just tanked, and then people just really didn't have the money to be doing some of that kind of extra stuff. So I stopped working for them, except for occasionally I would fill in if she was going to be on vacation or sick or something. But we had a storm in January. Now, it didn't affect where I live, but in southwest Portland, it did so much damage. So many trees came down. So they got uprooted and everything. And we're talking giant trees. So he's been swamped with work, and with that, because not only with the calls, the paperwork, and all the other stuff, they needed help in the office again. So I'm helping 2 days a week there, and then I do my other job here in the town close to me. I work at a Hallmark store, and so I go in there usually 2 or 3 days a week. So I've been keeping pretty busy between those two things, and then everything else, you try and get done around your house, in your house, all those kinds of things. So I've been keeping busy. I've waited to do this video a tad bit farther along than I normally would have done. It's probably about a week longer than I would have waited normally because of the market releases that happened. So I wanted to wait, and my new segments that I've been putting in my videos is new patterns have been released, as well as any other new things that I might be able to see. And so because of that, I wanted to wait to be able to show you some of that to put into my new segment. So that will be coming up later in the video. Stay tuned. Okay, so I have lots of stitching stuff to show you. With the new market releases, that will take up a bit of time longer than probably I normally would have had. So I think we're going to just jump right into what I have been stitching and finishing and all that. I believe I have a finish, an FFO. I have 3 whips and 2 new starts. So with that, we're going to jump right into it. The first whip we'll go on with is this. So this is our Sam's in Stripes. And unfortunately, I do not have my little stitching journal book here next to me to tell me all of the information about what fabric I use, changes in flosses, and all that. I have mentioned that in other videos, but today I don't have that in front of me. I forgot to grab that. So I probably won't be able to give you that information, most of it anyway. Some things I'll know, but not a lot. So yeah, I am doing, now I don't know, these kind of both look the same, but I'm doing more of this because this, I think it was done, if I can tell from the picture, with gold Krynic instead of just the gold floss. So you can see in their buttons, and some other spots, you can tell the difference between the gold versus the Krynic. Now, I'm not sure why they did this, because they said if you're going to do the big one, I guess the ribbon here changed. I didn't realize that until I started stitching it. You can see on this one how it goes way over this guy's hat, but in here it doesn't. So even though I'm doing this version, I went ahead and did the ribbon all the way across. So let's show you what that is looking like now. Here we go. Coming along. I did get the flagpole all done. I think I had some of the flagpole and the eagle done, but I didn't have all of the flag. So it is completely done. The ribbon, and I've started this guy over here now. So it's coming along. I think all this here will be gold, if I remember right. So that will end up being gold. You can see he's got the gold here, the gold in here, the gold in the stars. So we're getting there. It's going to be really fun once it's done. I am going to put it into a wooden box. And I think I've showed that before. So that is how we are looking with this so far. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. The next whip that we have seen before, this. Get you real close so you can see those birds. There's a lot of color changes in these birds. And it's going to take a little while to get those birds done. So I have started on the birds. I've made it all the way down there now. So I finished all of this, and these are, I don't know how you can see, so they're a little bit of a different stitch here. Okay. And this is a satin stitch. So pretty. The rest of it's just cross stitch stuff. But yeah, I'm getting into the bird a little bit. I still have a little more foliage, obviously, to do. Just kind of getting started with that one bird. So it's getting there. This part will come down both sides. And once I get to a point where I can move it, I will continue that. I'm not sure if I want to finish all of the bird stuff and then go ahead and do the sides, or what I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet, but it's getting there. It's really pretty. So pretty. I love this. This is called Beloved, in case I didn't mention it. This is running with needle and scissors. So the designer's name is Sylvia. Yeah, all kinds of goodies. But yeah, I don't have the fabric information, all that kind of stuff. I did change one floss color, but everything else will be the called for. All right. The next whip I have, this. You're going to see this pattern later on in the market releases. And I know you're going to think, why? This is because it's a joint effort. It is done with Plum Street Samplers and Shakespeare's Peddler. So it's a combined effort. So one person did the stars and the other person did these two. So they are now selling them separate. So you can get, eventually buy both of them, but they don't come as a pack like this. They're separate for each of their own things. Okay, so let's see. It's getting there. So excited about this. I'm going to kind of move this so it shows this better. It is so close to being done. I have, so these clouds or whatever you want to call it, I have those to do over here. There's like a path here in front of the gate, but then more of this greenery over here. There's a few things I've got to fill in these, but not very much. I didn't even realize when I was stitching this until I kind of just had it sitting down, and I'm like, oh, that's what that is. There's a shovel here. I thought that this black part was just another rock or something in the building, and it wasn't until I just happened to look over and I'm like, oh, that's a shovel. So cute. So I will show you up close a little bit. Some of the stuff. This is so cute. And that is a chicken, I believe. It's getting really close. I think, so I usually have specific days I will work on patterns, and so they only get touched about once a week. So it will probably be a couple more weeks before I am finished with this, that I touch this. And then I can move on to the next part, probably the ampersand. That's probably what I'm going to do next. And then I'll get on to the barn with the stars part. So it's getting there. I really love it. It's so cute. Yes. Good, good, good. Okay, now, in my last video, I had a finish and I needed to fill it with a new start that I wanted to do. And I gave you about 5 different options, and I said, I'm going to let you all vote for which one I start. And I think I got only like 3 people who responded. So I don't know if y'all didn't watch till that part or what. But 2 people said the same thing. So that's the one that I went with. And that ended up being Welcome Spring. Very appropriate for right now. And I really didn't care which one I started. It didn't have to be a spring one, as I had pointed out. But I've gotten a decent amount done. I'm going to kind of move some of my threads, get them out of the way. And there we are. Oh, the thread just kind of whisked back in place. Oh my goodness. So I have gotten the eggs and a good chunk of the wagon done. So I still have the wheels, obviously, but then there's some like vine stuff, some foliage that's here. And then as well as there's going to be like some spiky stuff sticking all up like hay. So let me see. So you can see that right under the eggs. So all of that will sit under there, kind of over the top of the eggs as well. But yeah, the main part of the wagon is done. So there we are. And the eggs are speckled just like robin eggs are. Very cute. Very cute. And I believe I'm using, I think I had to change some of the colors. Most of them I'm using the Cult Fort, but there's a couple I think I changed because I couldn't get the floss, and I am using the fancy floss, not the DMC. And so I think I had to change it just because of that. So most of it's pretty much on track. And unfortunately, because this is a new start, you don't know what fabric and all this stuff I use. So I am going to try really, really hard to have all that information for you the next time. Yeah, there's a lot to remember when you're setting up to get started on these videos. I ended up finishing another thing, and I don't even remember what it was. I do actually have another whip, and I'm going to have to get it, and I will come back and show you that after I show you this new start, because I do want to include it in this. That because of the finish I did, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to do another new start, and I went ahead and chose from one of the 5 things that I had showed you for you to vote on. I went ahead and picked one of them because part of the reason I ended up picking this is because I dyed the fabric myself, and I really, really wanted to start using it. It was just calling to me for some reason. So I started this Autumn Blessings by Shannon Christine. Kind of the opposite season from what we're in right now, but that's okay. And here's what I've done so far. Sorry about the thread again. It just, you get your needles there. All right. So we're getting some of that car done right in the middle. I'll show you there's the car, the truck. So that is what I've done so far. But yeah, this is the fabric that I dyed into that brown, the mottled brown. Yeah, love it. Love it. And I've got, of course, a crumb guard that matches very well with this. With this coloring that I am doing. Just kind of happened that way. It wasn't done on purpose. Okay, let me go get that. I'll put you on hold, and we will get that other whip that I'm working on. All right, I got the other pattern that I am doing, and it is this one. Isn't that pretty? It is Autumn Lane, and it is called Lovebirds. It cut off. This is a printed PDF, and so it cut off, but it's Lovebirds. So pretty. Again, this is one that I dyed the fabric myself because I just didn't have the right one that I wanted to use. So I wanted to have the right one, the right look that I was trying to go for. And I think last time I said, I'm going to talk about later why I've started this, and then I forgot to tell y'all. Oh, brother. All right, so here is what I've done so far. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So you can see the fabric, all of the fabric that I had dyed last time I did show this, but not nearly as much done as I have now. Getting really close. Got the feather, the tail feathers on the other side, and then there's like a circular mandala type of look here, and then there's a bunch of stuff in the center there. And there's a little bit of red that you do for outlining or like accent for the leaves. Is that what it is? Yes. So I'll show you where those are at. So right in here, it's the same color as the fabric basically. So that I'll have to come back and do. There's some straight stitches right in here. There'll be some here as well. I'm doing all of this as I go. So there's some straight stitches here, a little bit here. So I'm doing those as I go, and just getting them done and over with so that it's not, I don't have to come back and do it. So yeah, that is how far I'm getting. So the reason that I started this is the retreat that I'm going to go to in October. It's Queen City Stitch Retreat. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Autumn Lane is going to be their guest designer for that retreat. So they had said, and it tends to be a lot of people who do mirabilias, Nora Corbett, that kind of stuff, go to this retreat. You don't have to be doing one of those. That's just kind of what they, a lot of people are working on, go to those retreats, that retreat anyway. So what they had two different stitch alongs if you wanted to do them. One was more of a Halloween one, and then this one. They're both Autumn Lane, and so I picked this one, and that is why I started this. So there was a reason that I ended up starting it. But yeah, it's coming along real nice, and it's an easy one because I ended up using Ada. Just something simple. I didn't need the fancy fabric or anything for it. And because it's Ada, it's easier to see the holes, easier to stitch, so it's a great travel piece for me. So that is why I ended up probably getting more done on this than somewhere else, because I do take it with me when I go places and I can stitch on a little bit more often than just the one day. All right, so I am going to show you my finish and my FFO. So the first thing I have here, my finish is Rodney. Rodney has finished. So this is a Kathy Barrick. And that is what it looks like. I did not use the called for fabric. I used something else, but it kind of looks pink. I don't know. It's a very faint pink fabric. And so I just was able to get something that was similar. I think I had to change the color, not use the called for color for Rodney because I couldn't get it. I think most things I ended up using the called for, but there was the kind of the same reasons. If I had to just change it, it was because I couldn't get it. Let me see. He's not super big, but big enough. So let me see about folding this up so I can hold it up and you can see the whole thing. There he is. He's not quite as big. I mean, he feels big, but he's not super, super big. So there he is. Rodney in all his glory. I love him. He is adorable. Adorbs. So we've got the little hearts going down the side, the alphabet, RR, Rodney Rabbit. Got a bird, the leaves going down, and then we've got our carrots. Perfect timing. Easter's almost here. Now, will I have it FFO'd? I doubt it. I'd like to think I will, but I don't know that I will. So there he is. He's lovely. I love Rodney. So that is the finish that I have. The FFO, I believe I showed you the finished stitch, but now I have it, totally finished, totally FFO'd. And that is this. So this is my Queen City Stitch Retreat stitch. This is a freebie on, I think they had it for last year, but I'm just using it and I changed this. This also, instead of saying Stitching Retreat, said Mirabilia on it, and I didn't want that. I wanted to put this. There is a button, metal button for the heart, so it's not stitched. You got everything else, and lots of beads and Krynic. So the lacy part is a lot of Krynic down at the bottom, as well as beads, and then of course the beads going up her dress, and then some in her crown. So I got this white vinyl to make the bag with, so you can see how deep it is and all that. The back side's just plain white, and I used green vinyl for the handles because there's green in my stitch. The inside is this, so it matches those colors as well. There we go. Got a couple of pockets, 3 pockets in the total. This is the perfect size that I can fit a 14 by 14 bag in, like project bag. So this can hold that. So I will be taking this with me for the retreat and have that with me. But yeah, that is how it turned out. I love her. Very pretty. So that was my FFO that I got done. Now on to the good stuff. So I will go ahead and put in the videos from market release, and this was taken at Acorns and Threads. This is where I go. That's my local LNS. I mean, it's still a little bit of a drive for me to get there, but we don't have any other LNS. So that will show you what she had available. Obviously, that's probably not everything. I don't know how I'm going to end up doing the sound. There was a lot of people. Well, I mean, it wasn't like super, super crowded, but there was enough people in there and enough talking going on. I don't know if my voice will come out well enough, because I usually did say who the designer was and the name of the pattern each time I showed one. But I don't know if it's going to come through well enough, or if the voices are going to be too much of a distraction. If it's too much of a distraction, I will take the volume out and just put music in. So you'll just have to watch and see from the pattern who the designer is and the name of the pattern. If you have questions, feel free to contact me and I can try and tell you. Like, oh, I saw this designer, but I couldn't tell what the name of the pattern was. I can look through that and let you know, and we'll go from there. Most of you probably, if you're really, really interested in market, you probably saw videos, like pre-market videos of designers showing what they were going to be selling. So this may not be anything new. So it's, yeah. Could be things you've already seen, but at least you can see what Acorns had. Some of the things they had a wait list for already. So they had sold all of the stuff except for maybe the one copy. And then you would just have to put your name on a list to get what, when she was able to get more. So yeah, with that, I think we'll go ahead and jump right into that. Fox and Rabbit has some really cool things. Queen of the Night. Wilhelmina. They Come at Night. That's what that one is. Where there are bees, there are flowers. Then we have some Satsuma Street, little ornament. These are stitched on, you can kind of see here that perforated paper. So it comes with everything. So we have, I call it lolly claws. Then we have, this is really cute, calling birds. A whole telephone, isn't that adorable? Then we have Merrily They Ring. Get the shine off of there. And we have a Santa Cruiser. All Satsuma. So we have some primitive hair. This is really cute. Queen since ever. Very cute. Very, very cute. We do have some lovely stickers. All those sayings apply. Oh yeah. And then we have, I wanted to show you, we got this, the Reader, Queen of the Needle series. But we also have a whole bunch of different fabrics here that go with different specific stitches, or you can use them for whatever you want. So very, very pretty. I'm just going to kind of show you what you're seeing here for these because I can't unwrap them. Sorry about going out of frame there. Or getting a little blurry. So let's see here. You kind of see the little bugs on there. And that is for this one, Queen's Meadow. So yeah, lots of different fabrics. Hands-on designs. We've got a bee here. Got Liberty. Got Gather Blessings. Gather at the Table. Spring Folk. So you can see it's got all kinds of bunnies on there. That's sampler. And then we have, let's get the glare off of here. Gather Wildflowers. Those are kind of neat. And then we got a strawberry here. This is blackberry. Lots of cool new things from hands-on. From Autumn Lane. This one is not a new one. I know this has been around for a little bit. Kind of get the glare off of there. But it is still really, really beautiful. These are really, really cute. Praiseworthy stitches. So we've got this pumpkin here. I'm going to show you some of the detail. So cute. And then a couple of towns or buildings. So going to Grandma's. Lots of stuff going there. Lots of things going on. And then the town is right here. And this is called Sleigh Ride. It's so pretty. And here we have Plum Street samplers. So we've got Nelson. We've got Spring Beginnings. We've got American Mermaid.
There's just, there's things I didn't
Summer Glory. Trying to get the glare off.
Where was the one with the crown?
And then we have Stars. And this is the part of the set that has Stars and Stripes. So she's releasing her section, and the other one will probably be released by the other designer, which I think was Shakespeare's Peddler, the Stripes section. So she's doing her individual one here. Some Teresa Kogut. I'm going to try and get these out here. So there is one, and this is Sacred, I believe. Okay, let's see. Get these back. Here we got another one. This is called Serenity. Then we have Simple Life. Then we have And God Saw.
She wants to floss like we did it. This shows
And finally, sorry,
what I did.
Remembrance. Piece of coconut. To show you some smaller patterns. We got here strawberry sheep. Very cute.
Yeah.
Then we have
And we put in your bag
Wherever
that.
There
we
Are
put the
Birds.
front
So we've got a couple of different ones there.
Oh, I'm gonna grab that.
Did we not put it?
I didn't see it in my bag.
Then we have Spring is
Unless I
Hope,
missed it, you're just listed in the bottom of my bag.
Bunny and
The
Bird,
bottom of your bag. Take that.
Okay.
And if it is, because
Yeah, because
A Clean Heart,
I think I told them to put it in the bag. It's probably.
Okay. I just went.
get another one out here. Needlework Oath.
Yes.
And if you're a Heart and Hands fan, here are a few more new things. More Anytown, Tiny Town. We got Anytown, just the regular one. And then we have Frosty, Tiny Town. And then we've got this little one here, Frosty Frill. And some hello from Liz Matthews. A Buzz at Midnight. This is called Remember Me Sampler and Tree. So it's got this with this you see Remember Me saying on it. And those are one of those you can make into a tree or just a regular stitch you can frame. Then we have 10th Day of Christmas. Look at that. That is quite the 10th day one. Then we have Cottontail. He's so cute. I like them showing both. I really like this one, the blue one here. They're both really cute. And then we have Spring House. And You've Got the Love. It's really, really pretty there. Trying to keep the glare off for you. Janice Creates. African Daisy. Arabesque. That's really pretty. I love the design at the top there. Follow the Sun. Fall Sunshine.
I don't even remember who took it.
And this is a part one.
Because I'm like, well, you didn't take it. So I was looking through other people's.
And then we've got this sampler. Laura Morganson.
But no, the minute I
Heard of this designer, the artsy housewife. So you got this.
welcome.
Vicious.
Party here. Congratulations.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that first word, the apple tree there.
Yes.
And Mellow Yellow. Shakespeare's Peddler. That's really nice. Pennsylvania Christmas 2. And then we have Natural Beauty.
Big drops. Okay. So.
Home Sweet Home. Merry Little Christmas. And here's the other set. This is the stripes part of it. And in this, they include the ampersand. So you can have stars and stripes if you want to have both. So they sell them separately now. These are so cute. So this is Stacy Nash. These are the Animal Cracker series. So we have bobbin, and if you notice, the string is going through the needle and coming down to the thread. Then we have Miss Hazel, Maggie May, and then we have this. It's called Calling of the Sea. Lots of ocean stuff. So Blue Flower has quite a few little neat things here. So we got In Praise of Pollinators. That's really cool. I'm going to get closer for that. Lots of different pollinators. Then we have Season of the Heart, Hearts for Pam.
She showed how I was.
Then we have Tudor Hair.
This one is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tudor Hound.
dull as possible.
And I'm like, I love it.
And Bees in the Greenhouse. Another designer I haven't heard of, the Blueberry Ridge design. And we have 3 of the seasons here, so I'm not sure where the other one is. So this one is the autumn one. These are really neat. Then we have spring and winter. So they do not have summer sitting here, so I'm not that sure if that's something they don't have right now yet available, or if they're just all gone right now. Jeanette Douglas designs. So we got Heart and Home.
Oh, good.
We've got Shepherd's Box.
And I always like to make sure I have.
We have Garden Box. We have Needle Be True. Really cute. And then also they have some sets here for finishing. So this is for the garden box. I believe they have the other ones to Shepherd's Box. So it comes with the felt, the ruler, the pins, ribbon, all kinds of stuff that you need. One of the Hometown Girls Heartstring Samplery. Home is where your honey is, and there's a couple different things you could do. Home is where your heart is, and then the other one down here, home is where your her ball is. Very cute. Okay, go back to this. So this is Sweet Melissa Biscorni. So it's got bees and such on it. It's kind of hard to see in the picture, but those are bees. And then we have, looks like, Scenic Sampler there. The other one here. Oh, here's another one. Home is where your doggo is. And My Scissors, My Rule. Heartstring Samplery did a few wooden things. I think her hubby does this. So these are to wrap your floss around, in case you haven't seen these before. So we got a little lamb. There's a bee. She keeps bees, so this is kind of neat. Butterflies. And we got our floss boards here to keep your floss on. Some buttons. We've got some, like a scissor fob. It actually looks like scissors. In case you haven't seen these yet. There was quite a bit. I did not film everything either. There was just too much, and I knew it would take way too long if I did film everything. So that's a lot of things that were there, but not everything. There were a few people, a few designers that I had not seen before or heard of before. So that was kind of exciting, being able to see those. And I'm looking forward to some of those designers because I did get some stuff from at least one of the designers that I'd never heard of before. So anyway, there was a lot going on there. I'm really glad I was able to get up there though to film that, so that if you haven't seen anything, you know, maybe now this is the first time that you are seeing this. I have been going for both January and February to a stitch meetup, and that is it's called Mountain Stitchers, and it was started by, I believe, I'm not sure if she kind of had a cohort helping her start it or not, Beth Twist. So Heartstring Samplery started the group, and we have been, and they had at least a couple meetings before I started joining them. But once a month we get together and just stitch a little bit, have a great time, and it's been lovely. Both times people have brought things to just give away. So we have a little area where people can just set things down and you can come pick through it and take whatever you would like. This time, there were quite a few patterns. Different people brought stuff, and I did pick up a few things. Stuff you've probably seen and stuff maybe you haven't. So the first one I will show you is this little gal, little Japanese gal holding a bird, a geisha. Very pretty. It's just this, it's the J. Lynn is the name. This is the same, so this could be from Walmart. This was the same brand that I got when I did the beach scene, and it had a Bible verse on it. That was also a, not Janlin pattern. So this could be that, you know, that same, you know, maybe from a Walmart or something, which I don't care where it comes from. If I like it, I like it. I'm going to get it. So that is the first one. This, this is nothing new. You've probably seen these, but somebody had dropped it off. So I got one, which was this one. So this is the reindeer. Yeah. And this is Cottage Garden. Okay. So got that. Pick that up. Another one from Cottage Garden, if I can unstick my fingers, was this. And that is called Christmas Eve. Pretty. The reindeer in his cloak and the snowflakes on the edge trim. Really pretty. Another one that's so pretty cute. So cute is this. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see it. A little mouse. The Crow. So Evergreens and Peppermint is the name, and it's from Stitches by Ethel, is who designed this. So cute. Now, in the picture, I didn't even realize this until just now. The mouse is holding like a peppermint candy, and there's another one on the ground by the present, and there's a third one. Oh, on each side of the presents. So the front of the sled and the back of the sled. I don't know how well you can tell that. So those look like they're buttons. So you add those. So you don't stitch those. So that gets stitched. And I'm sure that whoever had this pattern, it looks like the tree also has little beads for the balls. Let's see there. You can see those little balls. Those are beads. So I'm sure whoever had the pattern before used those. So I'll just have to get some of those so I can do that. And then the last thing I got, and it's like, has everything with it, is this. Look at the hedgehog in his little house. Oh my goodness. Is that funny or what? And he's got a little flag and everything. It is so cute. And it's got the stuff with it to finish the mouse off with. And his little flag. Adorable. He's so cute. So, and this is a Just Nan. So it is Heather's Hedgehog House. That's the name of it, in case you want to look that up. So cute. So cute. So those are the things I picked up as freebies. Now I'm going to get on to the stuff that I have purchased, which I usually try not to purchase a ton of things. We all know we have so many patterns that we don't need to buy anything. But then when you go to the store, it just calls your name, especially when market release is here. So, yeah, there's a couple explanations of a few of these patterns, but majority of them were from market release. The first one was a gift. I did not purchase this one. I would have, but somebody, Deb, sent me a message saying, I'm sending you something. I will let you know when it ships. So this mystery thing, I had no idea what she was going to send me. We were making fun little jokes about what it could be. And I'm like, you're sending me a puppy. Yay. You know, all kinds of fun things like that. So it finally came, and my first reaction was like, oh, no. She was so sweet. She got me this. This is the house number 3. So this is the cottage garden. This is the greenhouse. See, it says greenhouse there with all the flowers in it. It was so sweet of her to get this for me. So I don't have to show you this in the new stuff, because most of the stuff I've shown you is market releases. There are some that are new releases that are not part of market, but I didn't end up filming any of those. So this, yeah, so pretty. And I have seen, so somebody must be out there showing the next month even when it's not available, because I have seen house number 4, and I like that one too. but it's not available yet. So yeah, thank you so much, Deb. It was very sweet of you to get this for me, and so unexpected. I love it. All right, the next one, I did actually purchase this. I think when I was going through my stash to decide what to have you vote on for my next new start, I had come across these patterns, and I'm like, that's right, I am still missing one of the patterns. And they were the seasonal, so there was one season that I was missing. And so I went and looked, and finally it was available, and I ended up getting it. And that is this. So I'll show you real close. So this is summer. And I am not even going to try to pronounce this. I think it is French. I am not entirely sure. So if you want to get a hold of one of these, then you'll have to make note of this. So it's CROCETTEAGOGO. I know sometimes the cursive makes it a little bit harder to tell. The back, just so you know, it's in English, so you can see what you need. It is in English. I'm not sure if everything, and you got some down here, designer, down here. You know, you've got this in English, so it's not like you can't do this, but I think it is a French designer. So yeah, I finally have all 4 seasons, and they're all very similar. They've got the same look where there's 3 levels to them. It's just, you know, designed for that season. So yeah, I finally got it. Okay, another thing that I ended up getting, because I saw somebody else had gotten this, and that is the gal that I talk with, Melissa from Hawaii. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I need that. It's this. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? So it's a Valentine terrarium. It is Tiny Modernist. It's so cute. Yeah. So I went and got the PDF version of it, and now I have it, and I need to start it. I don't know when. It's kind of like with all the other patterns, mostly. There's some that you just know you're going to start right away, but I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but it was adorable. The rest of the things that I got were market releases, so I will show you those. This is, let me see here. The first 3 are, they're seasons, so they're following the seasons. This is one of those new designers that I had never heard of before. So it's a Blueberry Ridge Designs. And it's an Emily Pengelly is her name, who is the designer of them. So that is this one. So obviously this is our autumn, which is nice because it's, you know, all one color. I do not have to change colors on this, but it's very much autumn. Then I got spring. Very cute. The rain boots, the bicycle, all of it. And winter. Let's turn it so you can see it a little better. So you got your sled, your trees, all the prettiness. I love that border, the diamonds, and the other part as well. Very pretty. So they did not have summer. Now, when I was talking and asking, Janine said she saw summer, but it's not available yet. So they took my name and the information, and as soon as it's available and they have it, they will let me know. So yeah. The other thing I got is from October House Fiber Arts. It looks very similar to the stuff I just showed you. Can you tell a theme here? This is Americana Blue. So it's, you know, very similar in design to what you just saw, but it's got a lot of the stitching stuff in it. It's your sewing machine, your thread, scissors, pin cushion, Lots of different scissors and different things, as well as all those designs. So yeah, I ended up getting this. Yeah. All right. And then the last thing I ended up getting is this. I love that flower. Okay, so the greatest of these, Faith. It says #1 at the top, so maybe they're going to come out with some more, or I just didn't see that there was more. This is Summer House Stitchworks. In case you didn't see that, Summer House Stitchworks. So that will be fun to stitch. Probably not take too long. Possibly longer than I think, but let's see. The stitch count is 119 by 89, so it's not terribly big. They did theirs on 40 count, which is making it, not be terribly big. So, yeah, that will be pretty. So, those were all my new purchases, as well as things I had gleaned from the Stitch Meetup time. And then, of course, all my other whips, finishes, and all that other good stuff that I did. So, what's coming up? It's going to be busy. I will be able to do, my normal video in April, the beginning of April. What's going to happen? I have no idea. I'd like to be able to get outside and do some stuff because I need to do stuff, whether it's yard work, the garden, whatever, just being outside in the sun. There's always projects that I need to get done around here. But we gotta wait for it to stop raining around here. Our yard has lots of moss in it because we are so wet here that it grows every single year. I have to kill it off in order to let the grass grow properly. So yeah, I've got things I need to get done out there. So it needs to dry up a little bit so I can get out there, be a little warm, because we've had some really cold temperatures too. Unseasonably, we had snow at the beginning of March, like maybe a week ago or less. It's like, it doesn't snow here in March. What is going on around here? So, yeah, it needs to dry out so we can do that. Also, something I'm going to try and push myself for, I don't know if I'll be able to get it done in March or if I'm going to have to wait till April for that, is I need to get out on my bike a little bit. Because when we go on vacation at the end of April, I'm going to be doing it's like a 2-hour bike ride tour kind of thing. And I need to be ready for that. So my legs need to be ready. My butt needs to be, be able to handle sitting on those bicycle seats that are not all that comfortable. So I need to be able to be ready to do that. So I've got to be able to get out and, I'd like to get out a lot, but we'll see how many times I'm going to be able to do that. So that's kind of my upcoming plans. That's not stitching related. Stitching related, keep plugging away at the ones I'm working on. I don't know if I'll have, the lovebirds I might finish. The stripes, the stars and stripes part. The stripes, I'll probably have that finished as well, but I'm going to be moving on. I'm still working on the patterns that it came with. It's just going to be that particular building will be done. So yeah, just keep plugging away at things I'm doing and hopefully get lots done. And with that, I am going to end the video here. Hopefully you had some good inspiration, whether it was the new market releases,